technology and domain, so that we get the mileage of being a focused company. And the purpose is basically to bring the successful professionals who has got some really good track records into this company, and also give opportunity to different stakeholders, like for those who are interested in investment, strategic investment, those who are passionate. Specifically, we are looking out for something like a strategic investors, and of course those people who has got that kind of domain expertise, who want to really work on the auditing and the compliance part. So we want to form a very specific company focused only for some specific purpose. That is basically for auditing and compliance. So both these things, auditing and compliance, has been emerging as an inevitable thing in the industry. So that is the precise reason we have separated this product and solutions and services, and even the team, to the new company which we have just registered. And in the coming days, this e-audit tech solution will be the will be promoting these products and solutions across the world.
Okay, so it precisely says that we have got a lot of opportunities.
See, basically, it is clearly focused, and those who are very very keen on this particular subject or domain or technology, they get a great opportunity to be part of this. And you can see across the world, many organizations are really trying to get into the compliance, and there are a lot of stringent complaints which has been insisting, the governments and the regulatory bodies are really insisting this kind of complaints to be implemented in organization to protect the interest of the public. So this is going to create a great opportunity for those who are very very serious about their profession. So we have these solutions which can be catered into all type of enterprise businesses, whether it's banks or insurance or manufacturing or hospitality, healthcare, anything you we the tool has can incorporate all the compliances, and it is going to make maintenance of compliance very very hassle free for the organizations. So it is
Uh,
going to give a lot of opportunities. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I remember we last few weeks ago we had an exclusive presentation on e-audit system as a tool, and
Yeah.
this time it is very specific to banking domain. Do you have any particular reason why it is actually particular to banking domain this time?
No, it's basically we are just trying to kickstart. Yeah, it's a fact that we introduced the tool first, and this tool, Rishma, can be used for different domain or different industry. So
Okay.
this particular product is where the compliance is at the end of the day, the product can be used for different industry by incorporating the templates which is needed where the relevant templates for the complaints which will be entered into the system, so that this particular system can be used as some specific system in the sense for next audit banking. So from the company like Audit Tech Solutions, we will be having different products and solutions and services for different industry. So banking, as you know, is one of the organization, one of the industry which always adhere to the standards, rules, regulations of the government and regulatory bodies. So it is it's very important that banks and financial organization has to implement this kind of compliances. And why we selected this topic today, because it is very innovable for the banks and organization. In fact, the banks and organizations always want this kind of systems. When we promote core banking and all, they always ask for this kind of systems. So that's why we thought this is the right time. You can see a lot of disruption is happening in the BSA industry. So when we go for all those kind of things, unless and otherwise you have a compliance which has to be regulatory compliance. If you are not following it, that can create a lot of issues. And that is why we were able to understand the importance of having this kind of systems, and that is why this program today.
Okay, so in case if anyone is actually looking out for industry specific audit system, I think no, they can approach us so that we can uh, take things further, particularly focusing on their domain, right?
Yeah. See, one thing which is I really wish to convey today for this program is basically a tool. So when you have different solution like core banking and all, we need to do a lot of customization when you go to different countries, different type of banks and financial institution. You need to do a lot of works to make it suitable for uh, a particular country. So now, since this is a tool, and
Okay.
this tool can be easily customized, or the those auditors or the compliance officers or the organization who is going to use which is going to use the system can create templates to suit their requirements. So that is the beauty of it. So that means it is a template driven system, and the templates uh, can be even though we will be having some ready-made templates, we are going to put lot of available templates, but those who want to do the auditing or compliance, they can make modification or addition or delete those kind of templates to suit to their particular requirements, and which can help them audit of they can audit the compliance whether they are maintaining it or not. So this is
Okay,
going to be a
that's great.
global tool. This is going to be a global tool, which can be, we can customize it. I mean, we can have come with different languages. So it's basically a tool, it's really something like a product. So it is going to give great opportunities to different people. It can be for the organization, it can be for the technology companies who can promote it, or it can be somebody for directly. For example, a friend from Nigeria has joined. They can easily use it, and they can bring a lot of respect and confidence on their profession, because when the auditors use this kind of systems, the confidence of their customers, of their client, will increase, because the tool helps their customers to monitor what is happening with the auditing. So it gives a lot of transparency for the management, and management will always be knowing about what is happening. So this is a great tool for the auditors.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so like, what was an experience your team had to go through when during the implementation of solutions?
See, there are different organizations. For example, for once compliances and internal auditing to be there in their organizations, and we have successfully implemented these solutions in different financial organizations, and again to some of the HR systems, and manufacturing, insurance, protections, even in some of the government organizations, where we found, especially from the private organization, where we found that these organizations were able to really expand exponentially, because the confidence of the, especially some of the banking and financial institutions where we have implemented core banking, we have implemented this solution also. And I could easily, and I used to get the feedback of the customers that, they said, Praveen, after implementing the system, it has really helped us to move forward. It has really enhanced the confidence of their customers, and it has also helped the team, working in the organization, to do things in a very structured way. So which has enhanced their confidence to stick to their organization. So the real end result is basically the attrition rate has come down from the organization, because the people working in that organization has they have more confidence in that organization, and the customer is also very confident. And the third one is about the regulatories also very confident with this organization. So some financial organization, because of this, they got a lot of support from the regulatory authorities. For example, if it in the case of India, it's the Reserve Bank of India. They have given sanctions for, for example, to open unlimited branches for this kind of organizations. Otherwise, it's very they are very stringent. So once they feel that these organizations are implementing compliances, and internal auditing is properly taken care, and that has really helped this organization. And the regulatory bodies are also very confident when the organizations implement this kind of compliances. So this has really helped them to expand their business. The ultimate purpose of this is basically, it really helps to help the organization to progress. It is not, problems comes when you grow exponentially without having the systems and compliances. So what will happen? Whenever you grow, there will be you will grow with problems. And when you implement compliance and auditing, what will happen? You grow with progress. So it's a progressive growth which is going to happen with and we have some beautiful examples. And in fact, my customers, they used to share that, Praveen, after implementing this, we are very confident. They used to express their thanks for their gratitude for implementing these systems.
Okay.
So it's a real success story.
Okay. So
Yeah,
no, I'm sure there would be a lot of challenges, because if in any organization, if there's some changes that has to happen, we will have to face a lot of challenges.
yeah.
And how did you overcome these challenges, and what was the client's response in terms of accepting this new tools of that particular organization? And no, what was the feedback that was received?
See, there are initially when the organization don't have any systems or anything. So many organization actually they are supposed to have compliances. They are supposed to have compliances, and they have to do it through Excel sheets. They have to do it through manual things. So that has become very cumbersome for them. So when we come with the system, everybody really have embraced it. They really have embraced it because there is no politics. Because it's purely system driven, and it's really help the auditors to minimize the human touch, in the sense, when they, because it's all system driven, so the people have to adhere to their system. So it is basically like implementing a system in a particular organization. And uh, and uh, uh, they were able to, those people who are working in the organization, they were able to understand the importance of it. So what we have done basically, when we start implementing, we try to create a team, and we try to reach out to the each and every stakeholder on the importance of implementing it, what's going to be the benefit out of it, what's going to be the advantage of it, how it is going to help themselves. So they all felt that it is going to benefit individually. It's not for the organization, and they felt it is going to help them individually. It is going to help them building their career. It is going to bring transparency. It is going to secure themselves. So it is they treated it something like, which they individually, every employee or every team member feels that it is for them. So that is how we were able to create that kind of ambience or environment. So I think they accepted it. We didn't really face that kind of challenges.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone are very keen to see the presentation. So
absolutely.
thank you, Praveen, actually for sharing your experiences, and no, it actually gave us a brief understanding about the tool. So now we can actually go through the presentation, and presentation will be taken over by Ashwini and Sinoj. So before we
Yeah,
get into
thank
the
you.
presentation, yeah. So
Just give me some space to say thanks to you for the wonderful question, Reshma. Thank you very much.
thank you. Thank you.
Right.
So
Bye.
I want to tell everyone that before we get into the presentation, we are actually open for questions and queries. If you have any question to the speakers, you can actually feel free to send it through chat box, or actually you can actually raise the questions on the end of the session. So over to you, Ashwini and Sinuj.
Thank you, Reshma. So namaste, everyone. I'm Ashwini, Customer Success Manager from Safe Software. Happy to be part of this informative session. Along with Mr. Sinoj, I'll be taking you through the next audit solution. So today's topic is internal audit system for banking and financial institution. Most of them who are present here must be knowing what the term auditing means. You can relate it with many incidents in your lifetime. For example, when you have to fix an appointment with a client for an important discussion, they will tell you for another 2 3 days we are having a hectic schedule. Can you please postpone by next week, because the audit work is going on. I happen to interact with many of our clients, mostly with banks. So they will be like, for a week we all will be busy till the audit work is completed. So for decades, the auditing process has always been a challenge to plan and execute. So today, what we are going to do is, let me take you through our next audit solution. I'll just explain what we actually offer and how it helps an organization. Along with me, Mr. Sinoj will be explaining you the terminologies and other things also. So Sinoj, sir, can we start?
Yeah, sure, please.
Okay. So our next audit platform provides a new experience of auditing, completely taking away the hassles of the traditional audit management. It provides a complete, consistent framework for the audit lifecycle in bank and streamlines the audit management to boost the productivity and accountability. Next audit increases the coordination and integration and helps any organization to modernize the approach in auditing.
So, as mentioned by Ashwini, this next audit product can automate the entire audit process, which any organization can implement. That means for the financial organization, all type of audits, which starts from a basic audit to a compliance audit to a statutory audit. So all things can be configured in this system.
So here we have the types of audits supported. And in brief, he will be explaining many more other types of audits also. So here we have audits by external auditors, like concurrent audits, internal audits, audits by internal auditors, regular audits, surprise inspections, etc. Audits by branch managers, the subcategory will be self audits, audits by audit department, revenue leakage audits, and transaction audits.
So what we mean by this slide is it caters all type of audits. So for a financial institutions, there will be an external kind of audits will be there. There will be an internal kind of audits. There will be a self audits where the branch managers or the respective peoples can check whether their process are in line. So we have the solution for that, and we have a solution which can audit a particular department. For example, if you want to audit a customer department, we can configure like that. So that's why we mentioned in a 4 type of audits: external, internal, branch, and audit department. If you want to add more type of audits, that is also possible. So these are the major things which are already configured in the system.
So apart from that, the business coverage. So what we can give is like it's not like optional, but we can incorporate these things. General branch audit, wholesale or retail audit, concurrent audit, IS audit, management audit, service branch audit, statutory audit, credit audit, revenue audit, ATM audit, jewel or other loans audit, retail asset audit, SNAP audit, rural audit, offsite transaction monitoring, pre-release audit, currency chest audit, stock audit, and compliance audit.
So these are the predefined templates which are available with our system. So this is not limited to these particular module activities. It can be extended to any activities. These are some examples of predefined templates which we already configured within the system. So using the system, all these type of audits can be done from the first day itself. And if you want to edit any of the audit procedures or any of the templates, if you want to add, you can add or delete that one. So it includes all type of audits from a individual account audit till a compliance audit. So everything we can cover.
So the software covers all the functional areas of audit for the bank and financial institution, which includes following modules: revenue leakage, cash and bank accounts, stock of valuable stationery and postage stamps, miscellaneous accounts, other assets, other liabilities, etc. Service to the customers, P&L accounts, housekeeping, there comes maintenance of registers, submission of returns, balancing of accounts, etc.
Similarly, we can handle the other things just like deposit accounts, operation in accounts, other services like inward bill collection, outward bill collection, safe deposit lockers, ATMs, death claim forms, staff related matters, establishment related things, environment and security related things, advances, all type of advances kind of things, suspense liability kind of things, other advances like bills purchase, bill discounted, letter of credit, bank guarantees related, etc., forex related kind of things, letter of credit, bills, remittance kind of things. That means we can create our own templates, or we have a predefined template format for all these things. Apart from this, if you want to add something additional also, you can add. So these are some examples which we already incorporated with our system in terms of BFSI segment.
So the key benefits, here it goes, it enhances the productivity, become organized, prioritize resources, improve compliance, and it reduces risk and increase accountability.
When we talk about enhanced productivity, actually it allows you to create workflows and automatic alerts and alerts for audit scheduling and the task assignment. So everything can be automated, and the system will automatically trigger the people to do the things. So thereby we can enhance the productivity. That's what we meant by the enhanced productivity. And when we talk about become organized, the entire audit can be centralized, and whatever the things, let's say from the planning, whatever the work papers which are collecting during the audits, what are the documents which we collect during the audits, whatever the findings, reports, and the other documents which we collect during the audits will be stored in a digital file library, so that at any point of time, if somebody wants to check what the audit, when that audit happens, who did that audit, what was the observations, what was the corrective action, so everything can be identified from a single location. That's what we use. We said we can become organized. And when we say about prioritize resources, so normally in manual audits, the scheduling and everything will be in a mess, right? So through using our audit application, next audit application, you can schedule the audits according to the priorities. We can set the priorities for high transaction branches, or whatever the mode you want to set the priorities, you can set the priorities and you can generate the reports according to that. That's why we call it prioritize resources and improve compliance. So the system comes up with a control system where you can apply different rules which incorporates the compliance, which verifies the compliance with law. So you can set your own conditions, or you can set the conditions. So at the time of audit, the system itself will adhere to the compliance part. So there are, the auditors or the corresponding peoples may not be able to overcome or overlap that condition. So that sort of things also we can incorporate in the system. That's why we call it as an improved compliance mechanism and reduce risk. See, the entire audit is happening through the system. So system is capable of generating the risk factors which may occur based on the data which we collected during the audit process. So we have built a risk identifying mechanism. So the system will automatically trigger that one. And during the audit, the auditors can mark their observation in terms of risk also, so that the management or the audit team can get a clear idea about the organization and the audit, what are the things happening in the audit. So everything can be monitored. That's why we said it can reduce risk also and increase accountability. The system will automatically track the status. That means it will automatically send messages to the concerned persons. It will help them to take the corrective action plan. So at the time of audit, if they find something to be corrected, and they can mark their observation, so it will be flowed to the corresponding person, and they have to fulfill those observations, and they have to come back to the audit system. Then only the system will mark it as a closed one. So it will increase the accountability, and the responsible person has to clear all the observations. So that kind of things can be set in the system. That's why we call it as increased accountability.
So the next one is
Carry
okay.
on.
You can carry on. Yeah, you can carry on.
Okay, so as we talk about the audit, so I mentioned that the entire process can be automated, right? So the system automates the entire life cycle of auditum, which starts from creating an audit criteria using checklist. That means, see, for example, if it's a cash audit or a cash verification audit, we can set that heading as a cash verification audit. And what are the things which needs to be checked at the time of audit can be created as a checklist. Already we have a different checklist library, so you can choose from any one of that one if that suits your audit criteria. Or if you want to add a new criteria, then you can add that criteria also. And the second thing is plan the audit. So based on the audit type, for example, cash verification, it may be on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis or a half yearly basis. Like, so we can set the frequency and audit type for that particular audit. So the system will automatically intimate that this audit has to be scheduled in these dates, like a kind of things is also there. And the other part is schedule the audit. So we can schedule the audit, who should audit who should audit these locations, what should audit, when should audit. So those things can be marked in the schedule audit module. And we have an option to prepare the audit. The entire audit cycle can be prepared without overlapping the team, and the execution can be automated, and the audit findings can be tracked, and that monitoring can be done through the system itself. And the action plan and its findings can be effectively monitored through the system. A follow-up activity can be automated, and the action taken, effectiveness of the action taken can be automated through the system, and the audit closure can be done through the system. So these are the process which can be automated using the system. That means entire life cycle from the from a audit criteria creation till the closure of the audit. It also supports re-audit, supervisory audit, and that sort of audits also it supports. So the major modules which are available in Next Audit are checklist libraries, audit planning, audit schedule, audit execution, track findings, follow-up and closure module, audit trial module, notification and alerts module, and integration module. These are the major modules which are available with our system. So now we will look into the features. The first feature is plan and schedule. Second is conduct and document, process and resolve findings, review and follow up, corrective and preventive actions, and final reports. So when we talk about the plan and schedule, as we mentioned earlier, the organization can set an audit according to their requirements, or they can select from a template which is already defined. So we can define the scope of the audit, what should be audited, and what are the things to be collected at the time of audit. It can be a figure, it can be an optional answer, or it can be a document, or it can be some information observation thing. It can be some kind of information which needs to be collected from the staff. So all those things can be defined at the time of the audit itself. So we can create that one. And the second one is we can create the templates. What are the things to be you have to collect that from, as I mentioned earlier. So you have to mention that one, and you can set the team for that audit. So who and are going for that audit, when they are going to conduct the audit, what are the things has to be taken care of by the auditors. That means if you are going for a bank audit, I will say in a total bank audit, so a 4-member team is going for a bank audit. So the person named A might be looking into the deposit section. The person named B might be looking into a credit section. C might be going for a KYC section, and D might be going for some other section. So that also you can configure in the system. Not only that, you can configure the time required for that certain type of audit also you can mention. That means if somebody is going for a deposit audit and they want to conduct the audit they have to conduct the audit in 5 hours, then you can mention that hour also. The system will tell you, the system will limit them to conduct the audit in between that hours, or if they are taking the excess time, so they can be monitored from the audit department. And you can schedule the audit. One of the major beauty of this application is it supports the online as well as the offline audit also. That means in some remote areas, they might not be having the access to this system. So at that time, they can do an offline kind of thing. We will be providing a template, and you can collect the data on that template, and you can just upload the data to our Next Audit application. So it supports the online and offline modes also. So these are the things which comes under the plan and schedule thing. And on conduct and document thing, you can directly input the data to the system, or you can import the audit results. As I mentioned in the last slide, it supports the online and offline. That says the input directly, or you can import the audit results kind of thing. So, and it gives you it gives the auditors to list out all their observations, findings, and what are the things to needed to do the corrective actions and the evaluation. Everything can be done through the system itself. So that during the audit, if they want to send some clarification to the user, then they can send the query through the system itself. And if they needs anything to be approved from their higher authority, that workflow also can be set in the system, and the auditor can go for that verification also. So the system will allow them to do the entire process through the communication channel, which we already incorporated with the system. And the process and resolve findings, the other major part of the audit is, so once the audit is completed, there might have a lot of observations or non-conformities or need better practices kind of queries will be there, or identifications will be there. So all those things can be recorded and tracked till its completion. So if somebody writes something in the audit note, then the system will automatically flow. So for example, if we say there is a mismatch in the in some register, so the system register, and the auditor can mark who has to do that that work. So that also they can mark. So the system will automatically send a mail to that particular user stating that these are pending from your side, and only after completing these things the audit can be completed. So that entire life cycle can be handled. So until that query or observation or a non-conformity is completed, the workflow will not complete. So it will be in the pending side of that particular employee. And this is what we said, the ownership or accountability. You can improve the ownership or accountability. So the system can automatically assign and notify the staff also. There is no need that auditor has to mark whom should address. See, based on the task or based on the department, the system will automatically shoot a mail or a notification thing to the corresponding staff stating that there is a pending observation on your side and you have to clarify that one, then only the audit can be completed. So that sort of automated emailing system or automated notification system can be enabled in the system. So it will help them to automate or resolve the things easily. So the entire process and resolve findings can be handled through this system. And again, the review and follow-up. So auditors can review the process and each findings. What was the reply from the departments or from the users, whether they are satisfied with that, whether they can go ahead. So all those things can be addressed through the system itself. All observation and findings, there is an option to follow the workflow to address it. That's one of the another beauty. That means, for example, if something needs to be addressed through 4 or 5 departments, so we can set the workflow according to that. That means if there is a voucher, it needs a clarification from the purchase department and the finance department, from the management people. So we can set a workflow which will be flowing through all these departments. For it will go to the purchase department. The purchase department has to answer that one. Then it should go to the finance department. Finance department also should answer. Then it should move to the management department. Then it should come back to the auditor. Like that workflow also you can set. That means we can set our own workflow kind of things. That means the flow which we want to implement can be implemented for the observation and findings. It's findings also. And the corrective and preventive actions can be handled through the system itself. So you can set what should be done and what should not be done. So all those things can be marked in the system. And one of the beauty of the system is you can compare the audit results with the previous audit also. For example, if you observe something this year and you want to mark that one, and on the next audit, if you want to verify whether these things are going properly, so you can check the last year audit report and you can check what is the difference between the last audit and the current audit. And if you want to compare a 5-year audit data altogether, that is also possible. For example, if you want to conduct a balance sheet audit for the last 5 years 5 years, then that is also possible. So at that time, it will show you what was the observation in the first audit, what was the observation in the second audit, what was the improvement between the first and second audit, kind of things also you can identify through this application. So that comparison is also there. So currently around 6 years data can be compared on at a stretch. You can compare that one, and it can generate all type of audit reports from the audit. See, once they complete the audit, so you can generate the audit report from the system itself. In between also, you can get a lot of there are a lot of dashboards which gives you a clear picture of where the audit is, what the audit is, when what is happening in the audit department, how many audit has been completed, what is the status of other audits, when it might be completed. So all those things can be identified using our report module. So our report module is an exhaustive one where you can track an individual task of an auditor till the entire picture of the organization. That means we can say only 20% of audit has been completed for this entire organization, or if you want to say for a single person how much task are pending. So that level of penetration is also there. So you can get all type of reports using this next audit reporting tool. And the other beauty of our application is it can be integrated with any core solution. So when we talk about audits, general audit we can handle through the checklist or templates, whatever the checklist we can prepare, that can be added in the system, that all those things we have mentioned, right? So when we talk about individual audits, so it can be done only through integrating with the core solutions. So our system is capable of integrating with the core banking solution, and it can take the data from the core banking solutions for the relevant data for core banking solutions for the auditing. For example, I will give you an example that for if the bank or the organization decides that whichever the loans which are more than $100,000 has to be audited by the auditor, they have to verify all the documents which are related to that particular loan. So that kind of conditions you can set, and it will list out all the details related to that conditions. That means there might be 100 loans which is of more than $100,000. So it will list out all the loans of $100,000, and it will once you select a particular loan, then it will list out the entire details which you have been given to that particular loan. So thereby you can conduct the individual audit also. So in this case, the core banking must be capable of giving APIs or some sort of mechanism to interact with that system. So that facility is also available. That's what we meant by integration. Not only with the core banking solution, it can be integrated with any ERP application. That means if they are having an LMS or whatever, what sort of application they are using, we can integrate with that application also. And also with the HRMS application also. For example, if they are having an HRMS system and they want to integrate with that system, and the users has to be automatically taken to the system, so that is also possible. And the other one is it supports a single sign-on facility also. That means it can be integrated with the Active Directory, so that it can be, say, the entire things can be handled through a single user. With their username and password, which automatically creates at the time of first login itself, it automatically creates that one. So that sort of single sign-on facility is also available with this system. So integration, it's one of the major thing when we talk about the bank audit or a financial institution audit. The integration with the core system is a important thing, and we are capable of doing such things, and we are ready to incorporate any core banking solution. The only thing is that core banking solution must be capable of giving the data in the specified format, or it can be an API, or it can be an offline mechanism, but it should give that data. That's the only thing. If it is there, then we can integrate with the CBS. And it's a cloud-based system, so the beauty of the system is it can be accessed through any device. It can be a laptop, it can be a tab, it can be a mobile. So it works with all these applications. We have a mobile app also, so that you can conduct the audits through that mobile app also, or that you can use the tab to conduct the audit, or whatever the things, I mean, whatever the gadgets you are using, which supports the browser, or it supports the Android application, so you can use this application. And it also also the app permits auditors to file the reports at any point of time from any location. Okay. Then the major advantages of the system is it will make the audit process systematic. It has an audit plan and creation tools. The major beauty of this application is it helps you to centralize the data. That means that it keeps a digital library of all audit plans, work papers, findings, reports, and follow-up. That means if you want to see a audit history of a particular audit which happened 2 years back, if you want to see that, that can be viewed through this through our digital library. So you can see who, when we did that audit, who did that audit, what was the observation, what was the replay, when it closed, kind of things, whether there is any re-audit happened for that particular audit. So all those things can be stored in a centralized manner. They can be viewed at any point of time. And the system is capable of generating graphical dashboards for different audit activities. They can see the history result, as I mentioned earlier. And the other beauty is risk assessment, which we already discussed, that it helps you to assess the risk based on the audit. At the time of audit itself, the auditors can mark each task according to their observations. They can mark it as a high risk thing, or an average thing, or a normal thing, kind of things also you can say. And the other beauty is it comes with a built-in template, so that auditors can use the template, or they can customize the template online. And you can keep the auditor's resource skill set database, and you can track the auditor's time which they invested for that particular audit. It can be calculated in hours. Thereby we can calculate how much cost we have. We are incurring for that audit. And the corrective action and workflow tracking, corrective action and action plans, and the workflow tracking that can be addressed through the system. These are the key advantages of the system. So now we will go to the product presentation. So till now I've given you a basic idea about what the product, how the audit will be conducting, and what are the advantages of the system, what are the benefits of the system, and what are the things which can be done through the system. So now we will go to a few slides which gives you a clear picture about what the next audit application is. And the screenshots will give you an idea about the application also. And the other beauty of the application is you can access the application using www.nextaudit.com, which is already hosted. So you can go through that application, and we are providing a trial version of that also. So if you want to check the process, you can obviously use this www.nextaudit.com website for verifying this thing. So the system will allow you to log in, and you have a sign up page. You can sign up through that page, and using your mail ID and credentials, you can log into the application. So this will be the front end page. So the first thing I just want to show you through our application screenshot is a template setup. So here you can set up a different templates. For example, if you want to set up a template for cash verification, you can set under which section it should come. For example, it might be comes under cashier section, or it might be come under cash section, or whatever the section you want. You can create your own sections. And under that section, if there is any subsection, then you can set that one also. Under that subsection, you can create a new thing called cash verification. Under that cash verification, you can set different conditions, like whether you want to verify the cash, whether whether the cash is tallied or not. The second question can be, what was the cash balance? What was the denomination? whether it tallies with the ledger. Kind of questions also you can add through the system. So whatever this section and subsection will help you at the time of report generation. So it will give you a detailed report with section and subsection with the collected values or observation. So here you can see this is how we create the audit sections, and you can see there is a provision for download the template. For example, if you want to, if somebody wants to do the things in an Excel format, or they want to collect the things from somewhere, some else through an Excel option, then there is a provision to download the template, and they can download the template and they can input the data and they can upload the template also. So it will work according to that template format. So that provision is also there. And on the template setup, I said that you can create your own questions or your own queries and your own answer. You can collect your own answers, right? So this is an example of how you can set a question and what sort of input control you need for that particular task. You can set different tasks, and what sort of input control you need to collect from that particular for that particular task. You can select from the drop down. And if, for example, if I say whether for example, just think that first question is whether the cash book is tallied or not. In that case, the input control will be a drop down, right? So you can select in the input control thing, you can select the drop down. And if on the second line, you can think that what was the cash balance, that kind of question, then they have to, the answer should be a text box, right? So you can set that a text box. And the second column is whether it should accept only numeric. So if you select that only numeric, so the auditors can input only the numeric value. And on the third thing, if you click on the allow decimal, then it will allow the decimal also. And if on the third column, allow blank. If you want to put it as a blank thing, that whether you should allow that one or you should collect something, then you should click on that one. So if you click on that one, then it will allow you blank. If you are not clicking on that, I mean, if you are not enabling that one, then it will ask, if the auditor has to input something, then only it will take you through the other thing. Then the other beauty of the application is you can create sub task also. For example, I said whether the what was the cash balance? It's a question, right? So for that question, I can say the answer is a text box, and it should it's a kind of an answer with allow decimal kind of thing. So inside under that question, I can put what was the denomination. So that also I can add as a sub question. You can create, you can see one green color icon called create. So once you click on that create, then it will list out that one also. That sort of options also available with this template setup. Why I explained this thing means all type of templates can be created with the system itself. And if it is already set, if you want to edit any of the template, that is also possible. And for all the things I said, there is a workflow mechanism, there is a approval mechanism kind of things I mentioned, right? So for all users, when you log in, when you log in, there will be a pop-up which will be listing out the tasks which are pending. So you can click on that particular thing and you can address that that task, then only it will move to the second thing. So that sort of settings also available with the system. And this is one of the major feature which we build for this next audit app up in terms of banking application. See here, you can select you can integrate with any CBS, and you can set an audit based on that. For example, if you want to if you want to audit a gold kind of thing, jewel kind of thing, I will say jewel loan, because the data which is showing here is a kind of jewel loan. That's why. So you can map the fields according to map the fields to the next audit fields. and based on that you can conduct the audits. For example, you can mark the field, for example, in your in the other CBS, it might be LM underscore loan date, and how it should display loan date. So what was the field? So that kind of things also you can mark in the system, and the system will automatically fetch from the CBS, and it will list out the entire individual accounts for the audit. So individual account mapping, what are the things you need to fetch from the CBS database, you can mark it from here. So based on that, the system will fetch the data from that CBS, and it will be given for the audit. So when we talk, I mean, so that was about mapping the CBS with the existing data, right? Individual data, right? So now we are going for an audit. You can see in your screens, you can see an audit screen where they have to input some values. For example, this thing is basically for collecting the data. So you have to input the name and address kind of things there, and you can see one option for, I mean, in the first thing, the option is to input the key input some values, right? So if it is a drop down kind of thing, then it will come like yes or no kind of thing will come there. And I said that at the time of audit you can set the criticality also, whether it's a low priority thing or whether it's a medium kind of thing or whether it's a high kind of thing. So when we talk about at the time of audit, somebody marks it a high priority, so it has to be addressed by the user at a with a high priority thing. So that has to be, I mean, that can be marked by the auditor itself. And if you need any clarification at the time of audit, you can click on that particular task, and you can send a clarification to the corresponding people so that they can respond to that, so that the corresponding users might respond to that answers, and it will come here also. At the time of audit itself, the clarification can be asked to, I mean, clarification can be done with the seniors, or if they want to do get any clarification from the users, that also possible. So you can see there are a few options. So whatever the things which comes under that red mark, no, the clarification needed thing will come, and if there is any remarks by the auditor, they can mark this one also. So at the time of audit report generation, say there are two options. One is audit report generation and audit report with worksheets also. So when we take an audit report with worksheets, so all these remarks, clarifications, what are the clarifications taken during the audit, all those things will come at that time also. And there are three more options available. One is they can do the audits on any interval, and they can save the draft copy of the audit, and they can resume the audit at any point of time. And for each task, they can upload the document also. And the audit approval can be defined according to our workflow. That means, as I mentioned in the earlier slides itself, we have a workflow mechanism where you can define the workflow. So if somebody is somebody is forwarding for an approval, then it will go according to that workflow. And what I mean, how many number of people are addressing that thing, then it will go through all those people, and it will come back to him. So that sort of option is also available. So this is the auditing screen. And when we talk about individual account wise audit, this is a mobile version. I am just showcasing you few examples of account wise auditing. So this is a particular, this is normally for a jewel loan or kind of audit. Okay, so in the first slide, first figure, I mean diagram, you can see, or in the picture you can see, when an auditor logins, his screen will be like this. So it will show you whether any active audit is pending there, or if and there is an option to start the audit, and there is an option for generating the reports in the mobile app itself. So when you click on that start audit, then it will ask you about what type of audit it is. I mean, see, for example, I might be allowed for an audit or a re-audit kind of thing. So I can select what type of audit it is. It can be an audit or a re-audit or whatever the mode of audit is. It can be a special audit or a supervisory audit, whatever the things you want, you can give. So you can select that audit. So once you select that audit and start the audit, then it will take you a screen where it will ask you to select that it will list out the entire loans which will be coming according to the rules which we said earlier. That means, for example, it can be of loans greater than $100,000, or it can be based on the loans issued in between a particular date, or it can be a list of loans which does not comply with some conditions. So that sort of things also you can give. So based on that, it will list out that one. So once you click on that particular loan, it will list out the entire details about that loan, and whatever the irregularities you found on that particular loan, you can mark it down and you can take a photo of particular document also. So that sort of options is also available. So this is one of the examples which we have implemented, or which we can implement it with any audit system. That means account wise audit also it supports. This is an example of jewel loan, but it can be for a mortgage loan, it can be for any type of audits. So the system will interact with the CBS, and it will fetch the data according to our rules. And it comes up with a basic document management system where for the each task the audit is going to do, if they want to upload any documents for that particular task, for example, for example, whether you have for example, we can take a task like whether you have verified the balance sheet. So the answer might be yes. And at the time of this thing, that for that particular task, you can upload the balance sheet thing to the system also. So if his higher authority wants to check whether he has audited that one, then they can look into that particular task and they can view the balance sheet from their login itself. So that sort of document management system is also incorporated with the system. And when we talk about the reports and dashboards, we have a lot of dashboards which suits to which again a customizable one. So based on the user category, the reports will be generated, the dashboards will be generated. For example, if you want to see if I log in as a supervisory user or an audit head, so I might have to see the entire picture of the audit. So it will list out how many audit has been completed, how many is pending. It can be based on a graphical representation, or it can be based on a table kind of thing. So it's a customizable dashboard where the users can define their own their own type of dashboards based on their user rights. So finally, the system is capable of generating or finalizing the audits. So we can set different conditions at the end of audit finalizations. That means what are the observations which needs to be completed before the audit finalization, or sometimes the observations might be they might be getting some relaxations for the observations, but the high risk category has to be addressed before audit finalization. So we can set that sort of condition. So for example, if there is any high risk things to be completed, so the system will not allow you to finalize the audit. Or you can set if it is a medium, then you can finalize the document kind of settings also you can do. So according to our settings, if it is if it satisfies the entire condition, the system will allow the auditor to finalize the audit. So once they finalize the audit, the system will automatically generate the audit reports, and it can be viewed, or it can be emailed, or it can be sent to any stakeholders according to the settings. So from this thing, I have covered about what the next audit is, what are the features available with our system, what are the functions which are available, what are the integrations which can be done with the system, what are the preventive mechanisms which can be taken, and how that audit finalization can be done in the system. So I have taken you through the features which are available with our system. Now I'm available for your question and answers. So please go ahead.
So thank you for explaining the solution and making auditing more familiar to us. Now we are open to questions. You can either use the chat box or you can directly ask us.
I think Sinoj, Mr. Prashant is also there. the product manager, the architect of this product?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay. So are you in a position to take some questions, Mr. Prashant?
Yes, yes.
It is just like, just like any other persons, I just want to ask some few questions. Today, as mentioned about, the auditing system exclusively for, for the banking, or the banks and financial institutions. So when he looks at banks or financial institutions, what I feel is basically, there may be different type of audits happening simultaneously. Imagine, it can be something like an IS audit, or 27001, or maybe ISO 9005, and then we have maybe a financial audit, or it can be HR audit, or in IT infrastructure audit. Something, different type of audit can be done in a financial organizations. So how we have to do it? Like, it has to be created a separate audit, or how it has to be. Can you just brief me about how technically it's possible, or how
Yeah,
it
sure.
is? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I, Actually, auditing means it's nothing. It's checking with the compliance.
Yeah.
So, so we can compliance is just a list of questions or something like whether we have done it properly or not. If it is not,
Okay.
why? What is the reason? And how to complain or how to make it proper.
So
So
So basically, like, we will try to create some kind of audit, HR audit, some templates,
yeah,
different audit. So
yeah. We can you can name it. We can create it. Like what it's a there is a lot of templates available in the system itself. Or else,
mm,
if you want to have more templates, like if you want you to make your own standards, or if you want to make your own templates, then you can in the system we can add those things.
so suppose if I put maybe an HR audit or something like that in this particular as part of audit, I need to go and check HR audit, and look at what is the status. Am I right?
Yeah, correct. You name it, we can add it.
Okay. So another question: what about, for example, I am a customer. For example, I represent a bank, and I have my internal or external auditors. So I also want to know about the status of the audit many times. Like, so how it is? Is it possible? Are you giving access to the customers also?
Um, Customers means like
In the sense, for example, imagine an internal audit process is happening. Okay.
okay,
So
okay.
I am, maybe I am the managing director, or I am the top person. So some other persons. So I also want to know the progress of audit. So is there an interface for the customers also to, uh, if provided, they can also view what is happening with auditing?
Yeah, we have different logins,
Yeah.
different user with the different user roles. So once we set those roles, and if we provide a user, we can just shoot the mail of that link. They can just click over that, and they can view what is the current status and how it is happening in which location, and where it is happening. What is the current position? Everything they can view from the system itself. And we have incorporated the mail notifications also. So from using the mails also, they can view what is the status, like what is the position of their ongoing audit is happening.
Okay. Okay. So so you handle a lot of when it comes to audit. Uh, some disturbance. Can you please? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Thanks. Uh, so uh, uh, so when it comes to um, you know when you have to handle a lot of documents, Mr. Prashant.
Yeah.
Okay. And there are a lot of things, for example, we are imagine it's a branch audit. Okay. So it can
Yeah.
be an infra audit, or it can be the physical buildings. A lot of things can be verified. So for example, we go, and it's an inspection of maybe a physical maybe an instrument or anything, so it got damaged, or some other things can happen, or maybe it's cleanliness of that particular premises. It can also be part of compliance.
Correct.
It can be, or it can be maybe the dress code of the people. So this means, you need to take pictures, you need to take documents, and there are sometimes, maintenance of documents.
Yes.
For example, you see there is a document to for the backups of something, some it can be the ownership of the products and that. So they'll also be maintaining some documents. So is it possible? Is it possible that we can take up the pictures, documents, and put it in the system so that people, the authorities can see it, or it can be something like a video. So I just want to know whether is it something like we can also do interactions also. For example, somebody have put some where when it comes to concurrent audit, no, there will be a lot of complaints and all those things. So is it this kind of features available? Like, give one is about document or voice or video uploading, and secondly is about interaction between maybe the auditors and the other users. For example, imagine the auditor can even ask, hey, what happened to this? Imagine we find some audit issues, and the auditor, then he's cross checking. So
Yes.
this kind of interaction is possible.
Yeah. You have asked three questions. One is what is the document, how it is managed. Second is the collaboration between the users. Correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So coming to the documents, basic evidence. We call it as evidences, like audit evidences. It can be stored. Basic.
Mr. Prashant, it will be good. You can just keep maybe your device. Your voice is not really clear.
What about now? Is it audible? Hello. Am I audible?
It still is not clear.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's better.
Okay. What I'm telling is that we call it as an audit evidence and basic.
Yeah. Audit evidence.
Yeah, basic documents or the basic media. For the auditing, we are already incorporated in with this application. Or if you want anything further to that, we have a document management system which can be integrated to this. So it is having a lot of enhanced features like content switching. Everything is there in the document management system. So, and the two systems can be communicated. Yes, this are the system is such a way that both the systems can be communicated.
Okay.
And next question is about the collaboration.
Yeah.
The system has a facility to chat with the other users who is available in the system, and they can communicate, or they can communicate with the each template. With the each template they can communicate. Like what I'm telling is, if you want to, if an auditor is doing some auditing and he's having some, if he requires some clarification with his supervisor or his superior, so he can do it through the auditing screen itself. So his supervisor will get notified, he can reply back. All these things are logged in, and anytime they can view.
Yeah. Okay. That means the chat records is available, no, as part of evidence.
Right.
Fine. That's good. Excellent. Okay. Rishma, just we have some friends joined from different countries, like Isaac. I wish to know about Mr. Jody Snafu, Leo Noel.
So we have a question from Mr. Akhil Jawhar.
Yeah.
So he has asked, is that possible that we can customize with our own standards? Like he has asked us to explain management of change. It's in the chat box actually.
Sinoj.
Yeah. You can. I think some echo is coming. So,
Is it okay now?
Yeah, no, no.
Sandeep, can you just check whether your hello?
One second.
Can you please try now?
You can create your own templates and you can customize the templates which already exist in the system. So that is possible. So may I know what is the second question?
Yeah, sure, sir. Actually, management of change is like if suppose one, like in our company, some we have a like individual designated persons is there. So
Okay.
if suppose one guy is resigned from our company, so that we need to input in our system like as per our standard. When
Okay.
we are changing one, like if suppose a superintendent or a supervisor, so
Okay.
is that possible? We can.
So you can transfer their according to the charge, you know. So for example, if I'm taking the charge of charge in spite of this X person, so I can see the entire things which has been done by that X person, right? So that provision is there. That's what you are asking, right?
Yes, that, but for that we need one report for that, for upcoming like external audit, for that external how the what are the like
You mean to say that that X person might have scheduled some audits or scheduled some activities, right? That has to be
but
addressed by
he
this new
didn't
person, right?
completed. Yeah,
Yes, yes, definitely. So, see, when an X person resigns the job, so we will be we will be replacing that person with the Y person, right? So, in that case, whatever the things which has been done by the X person can be viewed by the Y person, and the log will be there. So, who has scheduled that thing and who is doing that thing, that can be, I mean, that can be viewed through a report also. Okay.
Okay. So that Y person can clear that corrective action.
Yes, definitely. He has to, right? Because that X person has been replaced by the Y, right? So Y is responsible for whatever the things which has been done by the X, right? The sense in terms of that official things, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Isaac has a question. It seems he has raised his hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Isaac from Congo. Sorry. Yeah. So one thing that I want to ask it is just it is possible to send me all the video. I can see that tomorrow when I will be free, because today maybe I'm following, but I'm waking and following. I'm not.
You were asking for the recordings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We will do that.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And
thank you, Isaac, for joining.
Thank you too, sir. Thank you,
very
sir.
very happy to see you.
Yes, me too. The same.
We are on the verge of getting some really good business from Congo.
Yeah. So I think too. I will talk with Joe and Mr. Charles. For we need to discussing about something, and we will tell you when we will so to speak together with them, with our team, and we will let you know what that we can decide for anything that we prepare to do for this for 21 or for 2021 for next year.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we need to do the to begin many actions in 2021 years, because we have taken more time without to do anything. But now we need to decide together to see what that we can do, because they will have many opportunities for our country next year, and we need to improve safe here in Congo.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Bob Munga. Mr. Bob Munga, can you just introduce yourself? Just want to know. Mr. Bob Munga? Mr. Bob? Mr. Bob Munga? Can you just introduce yourself, please? And we are also finding Mr. Crispin. Mr. Crispin, Mr. Jamshid Kunat, Jody Snafu, Leo Nol.
Jamshid is from Kunikalia District. Jamshid, sir?
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Hello.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jamshid.
Hello.
Jamshid, sir?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Mr.
Hello.
Bob? Mr. Bob?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, please tell me, please.
Hello.
Yes, yeah, we are
Yes.
listening. Mr. Leo, yeah,
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Very good morning. How do you see this presentation today?
Very, very interesting. I'm really
Excellent.
happy. I'm really,
That's
really
good.
happy.
It will be good. You can just introduce yourself so that the people here will understand about you.
Okay, I'm Lionel Mbenda from Cameroon. I'm
Yeah.
working with AMH in Yaoundé,
Yeah.
Cameroon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
That's good.
I would just like to ask if we can have a report of all this. Maybe.
Yeah, we will share in the group. We'll share in the group. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks very much.
Yeah. Sure. Convey my regards to all those people. Yesterday, I talked to Mr. Alois. He said he's in in Australia. Am I right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't mention. I'll do that.
Thank you.
Okay.
He's in Australia now. Am I right?
Not yet. He's still in Cameroon.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Thanks very much for joining. Jody,
Thank
you
you.
are asking some question, Mr. Jody. Mr. Jody.
It's not really, Mr. Praveen, it's not really the question. Or perhaps maybe you want me to introduce myself.
Please introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm joining from Zambia.
Excellent. That's good.
Working with Denso Electronics.
Okay. That's good.
Yes, so of course, we're looking forward to another wonderful software, more especially the software that can work with parastatal company in terms of auditing department.
Great.
Yeah.
I was in Zambia for 6 months.
Not really for 6 months. I'm here for quite some time.
No. I'm saying that I was in Zambia from January to July.
Yes.
Yeah. So did we met on that time? At that time?
We just communicated, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So you got this invitation through the group. Am I right?
Yes, through the group.
So which is the group you are in, if you don't mind?
Okay, the name was it's Denso Zambia, P Denso Zambia.
Which one?
I don't know if it's just written P Denso Zambia.
Okay. So you can just text your WhatsApp number so that I can ping you here in the group. In the chat window, you can just send your WhatsApp, or you can say hi to my WhatsApp so that we can again reconnect.
Okay.
I'm just sending my WhatsApp number. You can just say hi into this, or you can text your number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just reply to this one.
Okay. So anyway, thank you very much for joining. Ms. Agil, I'm very happy that you are here. Mr. Agil,
Yes, sir.
thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. I think this is an interesting topic for you also, no?
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's good. I expect you to promote our solution in UAE.
Oh, of course, sure, sir.
We'll give a separate demonstration for you, okay?
Oh, okay, sir.
And I'm also seeing another two gentlemen, Mr. Richard Wasson and Mr. Christopher. Mr. Richard Wasson? Mr. Richard Wasson, I think Mr. Christopher, can you just come and say hi? Mr. Christopher and Richard Wasson? Okay. Mr. Richard Watson?
Yes, Richard's audio is not connected.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, Mr. Jody, your number is, you're from Denso Electronics, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have your number. We'll try to connect.
Okay, you have my number.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one.
I'm just saying hi to you.
Okay.
So how do you really see this presentation? How do you really see the opportunities there?
Yeah, in Zambia.
Yeah, in Zambia, wherever. Are you seeing this as a business opportunity for you?
Yes, in fact, there are quite a number. You know, Zambia is more like just a developing country in terms of software technology, say to say.
Yeah.
The more especially in terms of parastatal companies, yeah, the quite number of business needs in terms of software. You know, everyone is on technology now, so they are looking forward to these wonderful softwares you provide. Yeah,
that's good.
So, and most parastatal companies do tender for softwares like audit software, and investment software. So many different softwares they are looking forward because you know they are fed up of the manual doing of things. So they want to you know collaborate through the softwares like wonderful softwares you are introducing.
Yeah, I can understand. Okay. Thank you very much. I think Reshma, we can, if there is no questions, you can just express your thanks. Or sorry, Sandeep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Reshma, anything to add? Reshma or Sinoj or Ashwini or Prashant, anything
No,
to add?
I've just dropped my number in the chat box. So in case, if anyone is looking out for a specific demo, just drop me a message. We can definitely give them an individual demo.
That's good. Okay. That's good. I think it's our happiness manager can take up things to the next level. Welcome, Mr. Sandeep.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And you spread happiness.
Yeah, sure, sir. That was a wonderful session, and I must say it's a combination of everything: business, information, knowledge, innovation, friendship, and much more. And it's my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks in the occasion. First of all, I would like to thank the speakers of the day, Mr. K.K. Praveen and Mrs. Sinoj, for enlightening us with their knowledge. And a big thanks to Reshma and Ashwini for the wonderful coordination and the support. And a special thanks to Prashant sir for adding more knowledge to us. And I would like to thank everyone who they really worked hard to make this function a grand success. And I also thank all the participants for their valuable time and valuable suggestions that you have provided to us. And thank you everyone once again. Thank you everyone, and have a nice weekend.